welcome back to another Anna Lucia's baking show. Today we're going to be making pretzels, and first you want to gather your ingredients. You're going to want to get 4 tablespoons of your flour and mix it into a bowl. Okay, with the flour, you're going to want to do 2 tablespoons of your superfine sugar. With the sugar and flour, you're going to want to do 2 teaspoons of your active dry yeast. Got it. Okay, so you are going to get 2 teaspoons of your active dry yeast. Now with all those dry ingredients, you're going to want to do 1 cup of warm water into the mix. Mix it together and let it sit in a warm place for 5 minutes. This is to activate your yeast. Okay, now you're going to want to melt your 1/4 cup butter in the microwave. Now in a separate bowl, you're going to want to mix the rest of your flour, which is 2 cups minus 4 tablespoons, with your 1/2 teaspoon of salt and your 1/4 cup melted butter. Here goes. After 5 minutes, your yeast mixture should look a little bit like this. Okay, so once your mixture looks like this, you're going to want to pour it in with your butter, flour, and salt mixture. Mix well until it's consistent. After all your contents are consistent, then pour it into a mixing bowl. And while it's mixing in your mixer, you're going to want to add 1 more cup of flour. As you're mixing, add your 1 more cup of flour until it looks like bread dough. You may need to add more or less flour. It depends on how your dough is looking. Now you knead the dough. Now flatten it and fold it over and then lightly dust it with more flour. In a lightly greased bowl, I used vegetable oil. You will place down your ball and you should mix it around into the... Now place a dry towel over your ball of dough and let it set aside for 30 minutes to rise. Right. After it's done rising, your dough should look like this. Now, once you've kneaded it a little bit more, you're going to cut it with a knife with 24 pieces. Okay, now that you cut them into 24 pieces, you're going to roll it so it's really thin and long. Okay, now that it's long, you're going to make a U shape. You're going to kind of make it kind of like a circle. You're going to go make it kind of like that, and then like that, and then over here. And then do that with the rest of your 24 pieces. Now that we've formed our pretzels into the pretzel shape, it's time to put on the glaze. What you'll need for the glaze is 1 egg yolk and 1 tablespoon of water. Okay, now that you made your glaze, you're going to want to get a baking paintbrush sort of thing. And you're going to paint You're basically just going to paint with a tiny bit on your pretzels. And make sure to only do a little bit because you need, so if you have a little bit more like I do, just go over the ones that you don't think has enough. Okay, now that you put your glaze all over the pretzels, you're going to lightly sprinkle just a little bit of sugar on each one of them. Now when you're almost done, just put it in the oven at 375 for 10 minutes. Okay, so they just came off of the oven. I'm going to bring them over here. So what you're going to do is you're going to pick them up and put them on the wire rack to cool for 5 minutes. After about 5 minutes, you're ready to eat. Thanks for watching.